YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you guys with yet another J Talks Crypto. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Doing my best every day, guys, to give you the top picks in cryptocurrency. We're talking about some Toshi today. We're talking about some Bitcoin. We're seeing some major sell-off, boys, and the fear greed index taking back a little bit. Before we dive into this video, though, I gotta let you know I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just the homie. All right, so don't make any buying decisions based off this video, guys. It's just for entertainment, and maybe you might get a little bit of education out of it if you don't know how to read these charts. But that's it, guys. That's it. Okay, it's just for educational purposes. But as you guys can see, again, we're over here on CoinMarketCap. This is the website I like to use to kind of look at a lot of these larger cap coins, and I like to use Dex tools to look at the smaller ones. But as you guys can see, our total market cap coming in at a 2.92. Again, our fear greed index coming in at 49, just starting to consolidate a little bit. And I told you guys that we might see a retest of that 92 range. Did your boy call it or what, man? I should have took out a short on Sunday. I said that. I said I should have took out a short on Sunday because it was a triple rejection, guys, and we know what that means, right? We know what it means when we reject off of that upper Keltner channel 3 times. 3 times, bro. It means that you're just asking for a little bit of spill off. But again, guys, we also know that this is not the end of the world. I know that a lot of people are crying right now. A lot of people are freaking out, thinking that this is the end of the world, guys. I really don't think this is the end of the world. I don't think this is anything out of the ordinary. We are used to this type of volatility. I was telling you guys we were going to start seeing probably some lower retests. And guys, I still think that this is going to happen. As a matter of fact, I still think that we're going to see some sell-off probably all the way for the next couple days, probably, in my opinion. It's just a prediction, but we're also having a lot of big news coming out this week. We're going to find out if we're going to be lowering interest rates this week. So that's big news, guys. It's big news. I feel like it's definitely a big week for Bitcoin, right? So you guys can see Bitcoin retested this 93.9 zone, and it's just starting to see a little bit of spill. Right? Look at this thing, right? Every time we rejected, we're now rejecting. Are we creating another wedge here? What the heck is going on the 1 hour chart? Look at the 30, homie. Look, just dumping. I just woke up, bro. Like, come on, man. It's already like 9 o'clock though, by the way. Sorry for the late video, guys. We're gonna make a lot of videos today because there's a lot to talk about. But again, you gotta be subscribed for all that, guys. So make sure if you're not yet, hit that subscribe button. But look, we talked about that right here. We tested all this range. Look, triple test, guys. Triple rejection. Again, we might need to see a retest. I still think we need to see a retest of this 92 range. We don't really have support at 93.8. That's trying to kind of see if it wants to hold at 94, but I don't know. We do have some support at 94, guys. We do, but again, is it going to hold? It's really up to the market, right? I don't have a crystal ball, but I did tell you guys that again, we do use indicators, guys. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not Magic Mike or I don't Queen. I was gonna say Queen Latifah. What was the Cleopatra? No, Queen Miss Cleo. That's the one. Miss Cleo. I'm not Miss Cleo, guys. I don't know what the future holds in store. I'm not the Long Island Medium or any of those people. So I can't really tell you what's going to happen in the future. I can only use these indicators and all these lines on the chart. Sometimes they're right and sometimes they're not so right. I'm pretty decent at this stuff, and we pretty much kind of have been calling this pretty good. So I do think, again, guys, that we're not broken down yet. It's not time to throw in the towel, right? We could see a retest of 88. I told you that. We see a retest of this zone and a bounce off. It's a very good sign, guys. It's a good sign that we're creating new levels of support. And we need that on our weekly chart. We need that on some of our more macro indicators. You know, we might even need to see a even lower retest, right? If we decide that Bitcoin wants to create some kind of a wedge here, consolidate into maybe like, again, June, July, where I was kind of telling y'all we might to see some consolidation into June, July, and maybe be around here, around here. Now I said 68. Really, the support's at 70, guys. But I say 68 just because I feel like sometimes sell just a little bit underneath that bottom level there, just to cause a little bit of fear, just to freak those guys out. So I do think that it's possible, guys, that we do see a retest of this zone again. But also, there's also a possibility that we can catch some support down here at this 88, which is why, again, I've been talking more about the 88 zone and not so much the 68 zone. But I just want you guys to start hearing that 68 number again, just so you're not so scared if we decide that we want to retest that. We do want to retest that again. It's probably going to drag us out into June, July, probably, I would think. And that's kind of what I told you guys too. I said I see this market probably seeing a recovery in June or July. We do know that we see volatility, right? In Bitcoin, look at this. Back in March 1st last year, look at this, right? We created this wedge, and it took all the way until August, guys. From March until August, of people thinking that we had a shoulder head shoulder here that we were going to break down. Sure enough, though, we were creating a wedge. We had an absolutely parabolic breakout after that. Of course, this was our election time, right? So we had a catalyst that sent us up, and it just seems like right now there's been a ton of bullish news. There's been a ton of uh, like integration with big companies and countries and all kinds of stuff going on, right? We can't ignore what's going on, guys. There's a lot going on with big smart money right now. These guys are definitely looking like they're starting to gear up for some kind of a move, right? We do know that these guys start kind of setting the framework, the groundwork. We see last time we saw like Visa buying in. We were seeing all kinds of stuff happening. Even back here, I remember this 2020. I remember when Visa was talking about, getting more involved with cryptocurrency. Now we're at the point, guys, where we literally have the United States of America talking about cryptocurrency all the time, and not in a negative way for once, right? It's actually kind of in our favor. Some of you guys are just brand new to cryptocurrency, and God bless you, man. God bless you. Some of you, maybe you just turned 18 this year and you're just able to buy some of this stuff. Welcome to the markets. Welcome to, a downturn, and welcome to a possible recession, honestly, because these times are not easy in the market, but these are the times where people tend to make the most money. And in my opinion, Bitcoin is still at a range. And then again, I'm not Miss Cleo and I'm not a financial advisor either. Can't tell you that this is going to go up forever. Tell you, that I'm not a financial advisor, if anything. But I do think that Bitcoin is still at a range where it can make generational wealth. And I was saying that on the channel, even when Bitcoin was sitting around 3,000, guys. I was on YouTube talking about Bitcoin, nerding out with you guys. And here I am, guys. Bitcoin already hit over 105. It's dropped all the way down to, where we are now. But I'm still here to say, guys, that I still think Bitcoin, even at a 77,000, call me crazy, screenshot it, dock it, whatever you want to do, clock it, dock it, whatever they're saying these days. I do think that Bitcoin will still, at this range, be able to create generational wealth. That's crazy. I know. I'm a believer in $1 million Bitcoin. Do I think Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million this bull cycle? No. Do I think Bitcoin's going to hit 500,000 this bull cycle? No. Do I think that an extremely bullish case scenario, Bitcoin can hit between 200 to 250? Yeah, and that's actually my price prediction. I believe that we will have a huge cycle, and I believe it will leave us somewhere between 2 and 250. But can I be wrong? Yeah, I can. Can we already have topped out? Yeah, we could have. But again, if we would have topped out, I would just feel like it's just not what a top looks like generally, guys. You gotta understand, we do have tops in this market, but they look like a clean blow off top, right? We have these sideways zones of what looks like accumulation, and we have a big blow off top. You can see we have these blow off tops, right? And you guys could see, in my opinion, we just haven't had a blow off top to this cycle. This will be the most anticlimactic cycle I've ever been a part of, even though Bitcoin still did go from 115 all the way up to 100K. Plus, you got to keep that in mind, guys. Please keep that in mind. 2023, we were just at 15K. And now, again, we shot all the way up over 100. And this is something that actually my boy Zay said in the Telegram. Shout out to Zay for keeping things in perspective, guys. We're always bullish on Bitcoin, but we're also realists, and we're also paying attention to these trends, right? Now, in my opinion, I told him, say, I don't think that we've topped out, and I still stand by that. I don't think that we've topped out, but I do think that that is a valid thing, that we have seen a massive price pump. So I don't, again, think that a retest of even 68K would be very bearish, because in my opinion, that would be very necessary. Honestly, we don't want to see Bitcoin going nuts, going parabolic. It doesn't stay like that forever, guys. We know that. A lot of people have seen this price pump, and again, the euphoria, it's hard not to get involved. It's hard not to want to be buying up altcoins and meme coins and poo-poo coins and every kind of coins, right? Fart coin, poo-poo pee-pee coin, everything, dude. Everybody was into everything, dude. And then now you guys can see, again, created a wedge here, and it's just been hard to break above some of these zones for Bitcoin. But again, I'm bullish on America. Two, I'm bullish on just this space alone. I do think that, this volatility is necessary, but again, I just feel like this is where people make generational wealth in cryptocurrency, is when prices start dipping. And 93K, it's still not looking horrible, but again, it is looking like we're going to see a probable retest of 92. And maybe I'm wrong. Again, maybe we close good, we reclaim 94, we start building back up, right? And we create some kind of double bottom here. We do know a lot of time fakeouts happen early in the week. That's what I always say, sell off on the weekend, fakeouts early in the week. I would say in a situation like this, we would, you know, mm, we had a big dump down, right? I actually feel better. I actually kind of feeling a little bit better that we had this dump down versus an insane pump up on a Monday, because same pump up on a Monday, I would feel like we're just gonna keep sending down. But the fact that it's not too bad, it's also making me feel pretty good. Interesting. I still think a retest of 92, but again, maybe we can hold 94. Maybe we could double bottom here. Nobody knows, guys. Nobody knows. But let's see what's going on with the crypto market. As you guys can see, again, this fear greed index now ticking up to a 49, right? I'm going to try to go live today, guys. We need to get these videos to more likes, more comments. So make sure that you're commenting if you guys want me to go live. It's a very key day in the market today. So again, if you want me live, let me know in the comment section. But as you guys can see, Ethereum also seeing some sell-off. A lot of stuff in the past 24 hours seeing some sell-off as Bitcoin kind of enters this mode of what next, right? Which has everybody, of course, paying attention to Big Bit if we can pump out of this zone. I'm still looking for zones of accumulation. In my opinion, this is a possible zone, right? 94, if you're bullish on the trend, would be a possible zone of accumulation. If you feel like it's a retest of 92, that could also be a possible zone of accumulation. 88, also a possible zone of accumulation. Underneath that, I would be looking for this thing to sell if it drops underneath 88 too much. If we see a 87K Bitcoin, I would be looking for 68. And I'm not saying go take out a short. Okay, I already told you guys that. I don't think it's a time to be taking out shorts, but you guys could see sentiment. I told you guys it was going to change as soon as we start dropping just a little bit, even though, again, we haven't broken down yet. My opinion, still a little too early for this stuff to be, people be waving the flag. It's not that time yet. Somebody said BTC trend is bear. This is valid. We are starting to enter into to some lower highs now on Bitcoin, which is an indicator that, again, we might see some more correction, right? I always believe the trend is your friend, guys. Don't try to bet against the trend. In my opinion, I just use these opportunities to dollar cost average. I'm also not looking to leverage trade and do all this crazy stuff, even though, again, I would have made money on the past couple days. I was pretty much spot on with this sell-off, but I'm still not taking out leverage trades, even though, again, man, I've been almost 100% on these calls as far as these weekend sell-offs and just kind of where we've been at with these rejections. The chart's been very readable, in my opinion. Somebody's saying bearish on Bitcoin. Again, I'm not. It's too early, bro. It's too early. Somebody's saying target 100K, but he is calling for that retest. Same thing I was saying. Was it a retest at 88? He's saying a retest at 76. Oh, look, he's actually pointing down, really down here even. Probably closer to what I was saying even. That 68 zone. Interesting. Interesting. He thinks it's going to go somewhere between 129 and 150. This is another price prediction that I gave in the Telegram too. I said in a not as bullish case, this is a little bit more of a realistic case scenario. 129 to 148, but I think we're going higher than that. I think we're going towards 200 to 250, just because, again, I think there's going to be a lot of money and new money coming in. I think that we're going to probably end up lowering interest rates and giving stimulus checks. And the people, I just don't know how people are going to survive out here, man. I really don't, because I told you guys, things can get more expensive. Things are going to get probably more harder for a lot of people. But again, I do think that they're gonna have to do something pretty soon in terms of like stimulating the market. I want to know what you guys think though. You guys think that we're gonna get some stimmy soon? I want to know. As you guys could see, we're seeing a little bit of volatility, even with Toshi Coin dropping all the way down to 149. And honestly, guys, I'm not mad at this at all. I told you guys, if Toshi decides it wants to correct down a bit, I'm still gonna be looking for this thing at a cheaper price. You guys can see we have, just like Bitcoin broke down, we're starting to break down from our uptrend, but that is only on some of these more smaller time intervals. You guys can see the 12-hour also starting to drop below some of these ranges and look like we might need to see some retests of some lower levels, maybe possibly right here, maybe possibly right here. You know, we could still see some bounce. If you look on these more longer time intervals too, we're probably sitting on the 3-day right now. If I just had to guess, just from looking at too many of these charts. Okay, we already broke down a little bit past the 3-day. What about the 1-day? Okay, so the 1-day, it looks like we're moving a little bit closer to these lower levels. And let's see what the price would be if we did want to retest this range right here. It'd be around 143, 141 area. Our weekly charts. So our weekly chart looking like a possible rejection of this zone right here. And like we might need to see a retest of some lower levels. If Bitcoin does decide it wants to drop back down to 88, that could send us down as low as maybe 81, where we have some decent support around here, around this range. But again, I don't know that that is going to happen. Toshi Coin has been holding pretty solid actually, as well as the fact that, again, we still have support at 94 and 92 before 88. So I do think that if we do see a drop down below 92 also, that can cause some fear as well. But again, fake outs happen on a Monday. Maybe this sell-off right here is an indicator of a possible fake. I don't know. Or maybe, again, we're going to see some early in the week sell-off, and then later, hopefully, start catching some support closer to Thursday, Friday. That's what I always say. I say real price action usually happens on a Friday. Fake outs happen early in the week. Sell-off usually happens on the weekend. So those are all things that I'm paying attention to. It looks like Bitcoin is going to start having to print something pretty soon. I feel like the next couple hours are going to be pretty pivotal, right? We could still see this daily candle as well close green. If the daily candle closes green, then we have a possible, maybe we can create some support right here and start breaking up, creating that bull flag again. This thing really needs to get back. If this thing can tick back up to 96, guys, then again, the sentiment's going to start changing in the market, and people are going to start saying that we have a possible bull flag forming, and all the people that were bearish, they'll flip their sentiment over. But I always, again, believe the trend is your friend. Maybe one day you might wake up and I might change my sentiment on this trade, but I already kind of told you guys my zones that I'm paying attention to. 82% of people bullish on this, 18% of people not feeling so good. That's 3.8 million votes, guys. 2.6 million people following Bitcoin. 5 million people having it on their watch list. And, just really tiny market cap, guys. It's like 5% of the world's holding like cryptocurrency right now. That's really not a lot. 2.9 trillion market cap. We're smaller than Apple, guys. There's still so much disbelief in this entire space. And I'm, again, just really happy to be in this space at such a cheap Bitcoin. And I've been saying that for years. I still feel it. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin for this cycle. I'm still saying that too, 2025. I can always be wrong. Again, I don't know the future. I don't know what's going to happen. Markets are volatile. But again, if this was the top to the cycle, it would be the most anticlimactic cycle like ever, dude. So I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it, Mr. Bear. I'm not buying it. Well, I'm buying it, but I'm not buying the fact that this is the top. That's what I'm saying. But I am buying it. I'm buying a lot of it, guys. I'm looking to shop for coins. I'm looking for positions. Probably this week would be not a crazy week to be dollar cost averaging, in my opinion. If we drop down lower after this week again, I'm just looking to dollar cost average even more. Taking advantage of these prices. But yeah, Toshi Coin right now, seeing some volatility with the rest of the market. In my opinion, not moving so bad. Only down 7%. A coin like this at this market cap, guys, could really drop down significantly if people really wanted to sell really hard. But it just seems like people don't really want to sell their Toshi that bad. Like in the past 6 hours, we're only down like 10%. That's not bad. So, and you can see there's buy orders still rolling in every minute, pretty much. People still accumulating. Some of these are bots, but I mean, people are going to use bots. It's normal. You can see which ones are bots. You can see right here, bot smart contract, bot smart contract. But not all these are bots. Some of these are legit wallets and stuff like that. So again, a lot of people taking advantage of the cheaper prices. You guys can see the holder counts are actually growing on these dips. So maybe people are watching the channel. And maybe that's because you guys are sharing it. Also, guys, hey, we've been doing a lot of live spaces and stuff like that. So if you guys want to tap in and, hear this stuff live, I'd be on X. I'm trying to go live more, like I said, too. If we start getting more likes on the videos, guys, we're going to start going live more often. So again, if you guys like the content, if you love it, if you want some more of it, make sure you're hitting that like button, hit the comment button, and drop a comment. Put Toshi, guys. It helps us in the algorithm. It keeps us from becoming irrelevant. I don't think Toshi Coin will become irrelevant because, again, 560,000 people, as well as the fact that, these guys are still buying or still purchasing and still has volume. Do not be fooled into thinking that coin is a dunzo. I really don't think this coin is dunzo at all, but again, it's always speculative, guys. Don't buy anything based off this video. Always do your own research. Don't nobody loves you. Crypto J loves you. And yeah, I want to support you guys. So let me know too if you guys are in the space and you're gonna be hosting your own Twitter spaces and stuff like that. I said that in the last video, but I'm very serious. I think it's really good when you guys get together and make those spaces. And again, it spreads awareness. It gets more people talking about it. We got now big YouTubers starting to talk about Toshi, like Crypto Love, who has like over 100,000. That guy's been in the space for a long time too. He's somebody that, I would watch for my Bitcoin TAs just to reassure myself when, in the earlier days when, a little bit, he's earlier than me. So a little bit before Crypto J was, Crypto J. I used to follow a lot of those guys, and Crypto Love is actually he gives a really good TA. I like that guy. So shout out to Crypto Love. If you see this video, man, let's do a collab one day or something like that. That would be pretty cool, huh? But anyway, guys, I appreciate you all for watching, and we gonna keep making you these videos. So I'll catch you next video. Peace.